Hello, everyone, again. So this is our fourth and last talk for today. The reason why we're here is because of the so-called European Researcher Night. So this is a pan-European initiative where more than 29 countries in Europe are taking part of. And the idea is that the work that is done by researcher is shown to the general public, to students, and everyone else. And we are here from the University of Nova Gorica, but in particular from the School of Science, Fakulteta za naravoslovje. And here we had in the morning three other events, which were from three different research centers. So we had Saptashwa from the Center of Astrophysics and Cosmology. We had Maria Bervida from the Center for Atmospheric Research. And we had Erika Tomšić from the Organic Matter Research Lab. And now we have Baifa Budiraja. I hope I pronounced it well. And he is a PhD student or young researcher. You would say this in Slovenian, mladi raziskovalec. He is working at the National Institute of Chemistry in Ljubljana. And he's originally from India, but perhaps he will say also some remarks about him in his talk. I hope. We are very eager to hear his presentation, also because he is part of this international network of research being done on the so-called microplastics. The project is called Limnoplast and is also financed by the European Union. But of course, I will not say anything more. I don't want to interrupt his talk. I would like to tell you that for the purpose to replay this nice presentation later, we will record this. But since the students I can see here in the video are just tiny dots, I don't think this should be a problem. So yeah, please take the floor, Baifa, and tell us how much plastic are we eating?
Thank you, Tanya, for your kind introduction. I welcome you all virtually on European Researchers Night. I'll start my presentation. I hope you can see it clearly. Myself, Vaibhav Budhiraja. I'm working at Department of Polymers Chemistry and Technology, National Institute of Chemistry. I'm registered at University of Nova Gorica. I'm a Marie Curie Fellow working in the project Limnoplast, and I'm dealing with microplastic in European freshwater ecosystem. We are a team of 15 very motivated researchers all across the Europe. I'm in Slovenia, a few of them are in Germany, in Sweden, in France, in Italy. People are in 7 different countries of Europe. Now, today I'll be talking about how much plastics do we eat, and is it really true? Do we really eat plastic? Let's find it out. Humanity is a dominating factor in shaping the face of the earth. Year 2020 is important because the human-made mass that includes plastic, metals, asphalts, bricks, aggregates, concrete exceeded the mass of living biomass on earth. If I'll talk only about plastic, the amount of plastic we have produced in mass is almost double the mass of animals living on earth. We have till now produced 8 gigaton mass of plastic, and total mass of animals living on earth is 4 gigaton. So you can imagine how much plastic we have produced till date. Now, the figure, the left-hand side figure, it's a graph which is showing the plastic production in the world as compared to the plastic production in Europe. The black line denotes the plastic production in Europe. and blue line indicates the plastic production in the world. This is a phenomenal story of success. As you can see, we have produced tons and millions of tons of plastic till date. These plastic is going into the environment and creating a lot of problem. It is being discarded in a wrong way, and it is coming in our food cycle. I will tell you how. You can see in this graph, the production in Europe is stagnant. It's not going very high. That is, the reason is because most of the plastic is imported in the Europe by Asian countries, which is that is China and India. But plastic is accumulating in Europe also. Now, the figure on the right hand side tells you about how much plastic is produced. Till date, approximately 8,300 million metric ton of plastic is produced. Out of that, only 2,500 million metric tons is in use. That accounts for 30% of plastic we have made is still we are using. Rest are approximately 60%, that accounts for 4,900 million metric tons of plastic is being discarded or being incinerated, and only 600 million metric tons is being recycled, which accounts just 7.5% of plastic we have produced till date. And these plastics goes into the environment and creates problem for us also and for animals also. These are the daily use plastic we come across in our life. Plastic bottles, polythene bags. You are going for shopping, there you get polythene bags, that is mostly polyethylene. Nowadays we have biodegradable polymers also, polythene bags also. The toys are mostly made from the polymer ABS, that is acrylonitrile butadiene styrene. Pipes, we everybody knows these are PVC pipes, we commonly call it, that is polyvinyl chloride pipes. The straws are made of polyethylene. Some sheets are made of polycarbonate, and we use plastic glass that is made of polystyrene. So these are some of the few polymers that we uses in our day-to-day life. Now I will tell you how you can identify these plastic. You might be having plastic bottles, so high school students are listening to this, so I want everybody to take the plastic bottle, take out your plastic bottle if you have it. Now on this plastic bottle you will find a triangle, and in that triangle one is written. That actually says it is made of polyethylene terephthalate. And every plastic product which is made has this denotation. There is a triangle on that and a number is written. If it's number 2, it means it is polyethylene, high density polyethylene. If it's 3, it is polyvinyl chloride. If it's 4, it is low density polyethylene. If it's 5, then it is polypropylene. Most of the toys are made from polypropylene. And if 6 is written, that says it is polystyrene. And if it says it's 7, then it is a mixture of plastic products or bisphenol A. And the below figure says that shows this denotation of 1, 5, and 6, and that is helpful in recycling of it. Like every one of you is putting plastic in the yellow bins that goes for recycling, and these donations are very helpful in determining the kind of plastic when we recycle it. Now I'll talk about microplastics. What is microplastic? You know, these plastic materials which every one of us are using, when it goes into the environment, it fragments. It will get into the form of macroplastics. I'll take the pointer, which is easy for you. Yeah. So it's macroplastics. It has the dimension of a golf ball. Then it further breaks down into mesoplastic in the environment. And after few years, it will get into the form of microplastic. It has the dimensions of human hair. then these microplastics further breaks down in the environment that will get into the form of nanoplastic, and we cannot see nanoplastic from our naked eyes. We need special instruments, and the size reference of these nanoplastic is virus and DNA. It fragments into that small particles. I will concentrate on microplastic. Microplastics are the plastic materials which have size less than 5 millimeter. There is no particular definition. Different scientists says different thing about it, but generally it is accepted that when the plastic particles breaks down less than 5 millimeter, it is called microplastics. Now I'll tell you about the sources of microplastic. What are the different sources? One of the major source is from your home. When you wash your clothes, wash are made of or made up of synthetic fibers. So when you wash your clothes, these millions of fibers are released from your bathroom to the sewage. Then from this sewage, it goes to the river, then it goes to the ocean, then fish eat it, assuming it's their prey. Then we all like fish, we eat it, and it's coming in our food cycle. And there are reports reported that plastic particles are being found inside the humans. Now the second major source of microplastic is tires. So when you drive your vehicle on the road, due to friction, these tires, they emit rubber particles, and after the rain, these particles goes again into the sludge, and same story repeats. It goes into the river, then to the ocean, and again it's coming into a plate. So knowingly or unknowingly, we all are creating microplastic pollution, and I called it a hidden pandemic because we are not aware of it, what we are doing, but we are creating microplastic pollution, every one of us. And there are reports which says that microplastic is in air. It's just floating around us. So love is not forever, but plastic is. So other contribution of microplastic is road markings. You can see, like, after 6 months roads are getting painted. So where that paint is going, again, this is a source of microplastic pollution. Marine coatings accounts for 4% of microplastic pollution, and personal care products. When you wash your face or you are doing brush in the morning using toothpaste, that also contains microplastic, and we add to it deliberately. The reason is it feels softer. Although now many companies are making products which are microplastic free, but that is very, very less in percentage. And if now you will go for shopping, look for these products, educate people around you, so you can make a change around the society. Now, why this is a concern? Microplastic is a concern because it is everywhere. It is in the tap water, it is in the salt you eat, the drink, the beer you drink, the tea you drink, it's in the honey, it's even in the vegetables. There are reports saying that the microplastic has entered the carrots, the wheat, the lettuce. So please don't eat it. And when it goes into the marine environment, then fish get confused that it's their prey or what. They eat it. In that way, these microplastics enters in our body when we eat the fish. And recently, last year only, a research article came which has proved that the microplastic is going inside the baby from the mother. So it's a big alarming situation. What is plastic doing inside the baby? Now, coming to the question, how much plastics do we eat? This is our data provided by Worldwide Fund for Nature. It says that on an average, a human being consumes 5 grams of plastic in a week. That is around a plastic cap bottle. Every month, approximately 21 gram of plastic is being consumed, and it accounts from various sources and from air also. And in every 6 months, 125 gram of plastic is being consumed. This is a nice cereal bowl. Of course, it looks yummy, but I'm sure that nobody wants to have it. And every year, approximately 250 gram of plastic is being consumed by a human. That is a good dinner plate. And in 10 years, 2.5 kg of plastic is being consumed. And taking the average life of human, that is 79 years, in a lifetime, 20 kg of plastic goes inside the body of a single human. Now the question is it harmful or not? The toxicological effects of plastic has not been proved that it is harmful or not. Sometimes it is so unreactive that it goes to your body and excrete it out, harming not at all to your body. But the point is, these plastic can absorb the pollutants, the pesticides, the fungicides, the everything from the environment. And when it reaches to your body, these pollutants get released, and in that way it can be harmful. So maybe the virgin plastic is not harmful, but these tiny fragments which have pollutants attached to it will be very, very harmful to your body. There are two kinds of microplastic. One is primary one, another one is the secondary one. As I've told you, when you wash your face from scrubbers, from shower gels, in the toothpaste, you find microplastic. These are the plastic powder actually, which is deliberately added to the facial and the cleansers, so that so that you feel softer. When you touch it, you feel softer, although the reason is ridiculous. And the left hand side image tells you the microplastic which is being extracted from these cleansing agents. And the second type of microplastics are the secondary microplastics, which are general daily use plastic material like polythene bags, polythene cups, normal plastic sheets, which fragments in the environment and comes in the form of and reaches to the form of microplastics. Now, when I started my work in January this year as a PhD student, I was given the Slovenian sludge from the wastewater treatment plant, and this is what I found there. There was a lot of fibers and few plastic fragments in the sludge, and this sludge actually goes to the soil to make it more fertile, but it can be more harmful to the soil. There are a lot of fibers that might have originated from the washing of clothes, and there were few fragments which are mainly polyethylene, polypropylene, and polyethylene terephthalate, from which your plastic bottles and uh, plastic bags, plastic sheets are being made. And these fibers are mostly nylons. Nylons are of different kinds. Nylons, I found that these fibers were mostly nylon 6. Now we'll talk about the sampling of how sampling is being done. To get to get the samples of microplastic from the environment, we need these sort of sophisticated instruments. We take these instruments in the boat or the ship to the river, to the ocean, and we insert it inside it, and gallons of water is passed through these instruments, and in a mesh which is of very, very fine size, approximately 10 micrometer, they filter out the microplastic particles with other organic and inorganic impurities. Then these plastic materials are being separated. So for sediments, we use grab sampling and core sampling. And for water, we use net troll sampling, pump sampling, automated sampling, and manually, if you want to have smaller sample, manually we can grab from the bottles and all. So these are different sampling methods used for sampling of microplastics. Now, what we can do to reduce to stop this? We can use this R3 method: recycle, reuse, reduce. Plastic is not at all a bad material. We cannot imagine our life without plastic, but it's our responsibility to handle it carefully. Don't throw it recklessly here and there. So what we can do, we can reduce the consumption, we can reuse it, and we can recycle it. Putting plastic material to its appropriate place is one of the most important method to stopping the to stop the microplastic pollution. In the below figure, you can see there are few plastic products that are being used. After the waste, it has been transferred into these small particles, and from these particles we can recycle it to make a new products. Mostly companies, they are promoting these sort of things. They collect their waste and recycle them. When you go for shopping, you see that nowadays there are vending machines that offers you detergents and everything. For that, you have to carry your own plastic bottle, and from there you can directly take the the detergents and soaps, liquid soaps and everything. So the purpose is to reduce the pollution, because once you will buy it, it's of no use. It will go into the environment and pollute it. To stop this, these sort of methodologies are being used. This is a recent news. Maybe many of you might have heard about it. On 20th of August, these news came. Slovenia bans the single-use plastic material. Plastic material which you use at one time and throw it. That includes straws and all. So there are hefty fines for wrongdoers, but we all have to see how these law will be enforced. European Union is strict about it, and every country is following these laws. And in coming years, we see a lot more of restrictions. There are few things which are not restricted, but in the future, we can expect many plastic things getting banned. The reason is not plastic. The reason is when it will get fragmented into smaller particles called microplastic, it creates a lot of problem for humans also and for animals also. So with this, I would like to end asking a question. You are drinking water from plastic bottle, or drinking plastic from water bottle? uh, in my generation, we are having this challenge of microplastic pollution. And to confront this global issue, we have to take action right now. Thank you very much for your kind attention. And I'm open for questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Baifa, for this very important presentation. I think it's something that concerns each of us. So yes, please go ahead, ask your question. Also, Postojna High School, you're welcome to ask your question as well. I can break the ice with the first question. So this is very right. You mentioned what are the things that we can do, like what each of us can change. Because yeah, it's very alarming to, like, you hear on the news. I was just reading in the Guardian that they found like microplastics even in the Antarctic, in the depths of the ocean. It's like it's completely everywhere. There's like it's a bit it's quite alarming, right? But also I was thinking, is there anything that is being done to those that like are the main producers of plastics in the world, right? Because I also read in the Guardian that there are like 20 companies in the world that makes up for the like half or more of the production of plastic in the world. So why is there some like action that you can tell these corporations or like, oh, please produce less or try to recycle to use the plastic, the recycled plastics for this, or because I don't see it will be hard if we just rely on each person making the right decisions if we want something to change. No.
Uh, yes, thank you for the question. I really want to make comment on that. Uh, three things are there: government, company, and normal public. So everyone is pointing fingers on others. The common people will say the company should not produce it, and government should make laws, but they will use it. The government uh, are saying, okay, we are making the laws and all, but public are not following it, and companies are still producing it because it's not very strict. And companies says we will reduce it, but they know means everything rely on plastic. We are so much relying on plastic, we are not getting out of it. But slowly and steadily we are making progress. European Union are making laws, strict laws regarding the use of plastic. Many countries are banning single use plastic, which you just use it for one time and just throw it. There is no need of that. Plastic is, again, I will again say, it is not a bad thing. It's a wonderful material. It makes our life easy, it makes our life simple. But we have to take care of few things: how to recycle it, how to educate people. I'll give a small example. Like whenever you go for shopping, and if you take a poly bag, in that biodegradable is written. So when you feel, will you see the bag, you are see, okay, this is biodegradable, okay, I can use it, it will not cause any sort of problem. But the point is, it will only and only biodegrade in our special conditions. It will biodegrade when you put that plastic material or as a compost inside the soil. If you are not doing that, it will behave as normal plastic. So these sort of understanding, these sort of things are not with the common people. They when somebody reads biodegradable plastic, they just use it, recklessly use it and just throw it. It will not go in the environment like this. It will be there. And there are special conditions for biodegradability, that this material has to be composed in industrial ways. This should be go inside the soil. This needs this much of pH level, this much of temperature. Then only it will be completely biodegrade. Thank you.
Thanks. So any other questions from the public or any of the participants we have here? Please go ahead. I'm sure this is something that each of us has thought about or read about in the last few weeks, for sure, because it is a very hot topic for a reason. Hello, high school students. It's a good way to practice your English as well. Do we have someone from there say something?
Believe me, no question is stupid. I will try to answer that. You can ask me anything you want, and you can write me also. I have my email ID here.
Okay, I guess we're also approaching the lunchtime. So again, if there are no questions, I would like to thank I would like to thank BIFA for this wonderful presentation and for reminding us all what we can do each day for improving this situation. Yeah, and hopefully the government and the companies will, the companies will always try to make profit. So it's up to the governments to make good laws in this direction as well. But of course, we as researchers have our duty to give the government and everyone else the facts on how is the situation and so. So thank you again, and I will end here and see you in the afternoon.